Good evening, Belize. It's Thursday and welcome to News 5. I'm Sabrina Daly, and tonight, developments out of the Social Security Board. Amid Wednesday's protest, the board shifted its meeting venue to Belmopan, but it's holding off on a key decision, saying it needs more information before any vote involving speednet. Tensions remain high on the streets as the BCWJ says its request for 6 days of protest was scaled back to just 3, and police have now denied permission for a demonstration planned for tomorrow. We also have an update on Tuesday's deadly shooting in La Democracia. Police have arrested and charged 27-year-old Benyati Brandon in connection with the murder of Paul Smith Jr. In brighter news, tourism in Belize is making a strong comeback, with arrival numbers now climbing past pre-COVID levels. And this week on Belize on Real, we take a closer look at one of the old capital's most recognizable landmarks, the iconic Belize sign. These stories and more are coming up in just 60 seconds. Stay with us. News 5 starts now. Good evening and welcome back. A key decision on BTL's proposed purchase of speednet remains on hold tonight. After relocating their meeting from Belize City to Belmopan to avoid protests by UDP supporters on Wednesday, Social Security Board directors sat down to review the proposed acquisition, one that stirred concern among workers and contributors alike. Board members examined early details on the deal and its possible impact on the Social Security Fund and the wider economy. But when the meeting wrapped up, no vote was taken. Instead, the board says it needs more information before moving forward, making it clear that no approval has been given at this stage. Former employees demanding long-awaited severance pay are once again turning up the pressure on Belize Telemedia Limited. Members of the Belize Communications Workers for Justice say they're expecting a response from BTL as early as tomorrow. And while they wait, they took their protests back to the company's headquarters today. News 5's Shane Williams was there and has our story.
The Belize Communication Workers for Justice, now representing more than 170 former BTL employees, is still demanding long overdue severance pay, despite a clear ruling from the Caribbean Court of Justice to BTL. Protesters took to the streets with signs and chants urging BTL to settle what it owes and warning that big corporate plans, including the proposed speednet acquisition, shouldn't come before paying workers. Led by former union presidents Emily Turner and Michael Augustus, the message was quite simple: pay up and pay now.
We haven't gotten any indication that they are changing their position. Well, let me say a little. On last week, Friday, they did write us and ask us to give them until February 6th, which is tomorrow. And so that they are reviewing with attorneys and they will get back to us. So we said, no, we don't want to hear what your interpretations are. We just want to know when these checks are going to be ready so that we can then organize our people to come and collect them.
This little cushion is for you to go there into pasture. That's exactly what the CCJ said. And to carry on. Now you're old. Nobody wants to hire you. You're not as employable as you used to be. And so that cushion that they're taking away, that is rightfully, legally for the employees, give it to them.
That figure is still increasing as more former employees seek payment. BTL stopped paying severance from as far back as 1994, when the contributory pension scheme was introduced. Chairman Markelm Lizarraga has cited $14 million, but the BCWJ says the figure could be much, much higher.
We hope that by tomorrow they can know what that number is. And I think it's very important that even right now that we're having the discussion about the acquisition, it's important that we know how much is it that BTL owes. BTL cannot be wanting to spend $80 million and doesn't want to recognize and know the amount of this debt. That is very irresponsible. They have to know, is it 14 million? Because that's where the chairman was, but no, because he wasn't settling with these people, that may double, but it could be 50 million. We need to know the number.
While the workers who helped build the company continue picketing for what they're owed, two issues sting the most, especially the millions BTL is accused of spending on legal fees to fight their severance claims.
So now imagine when the chairman gave his number, he said $14 million to settle the people, and that's the people are eligible, so the people under six years. You paid more for legal fees than you paid for the people that you want to settle with. Really? But yes, it is very sad. It's an exorbitant amount, $20 million. You know what we could do with that? We could do a lot with that in education.
I heard 23. So I heard 3 million more.
The second sore point is the silence from the union they once led, which has yet to publicly support their fight.
But yet we have not heard anything from the Communication Workers Union, and we don't know if you can get justice without union. You have not called them out. Is it time to call them out to speak up on behalf of you all and on behalf of this consolidation?
Okay, so in regards to the Belize Communications Workers Union, let me say this, right? When we were employed at BTL, religiously, loyally, diligently, $10 was taken out of our salaries. We have asked them for their support, and I can say that we are disappointed because all we see is them. They are peeping through the windows, and they are supposed to be doing a poll, like a survey to see if they will come out and support. I think it will be sad if we end up finishing this and they do not show up.
Emily, Paul Perriott, Christine Perriott, Leanne Baldares, myself, Dwight Gentle, we were the executive who took away the same kind of BCW that was there back in the days, where they were sleeping, they were very inactive, they were accepting under the table deals, and so we kicked them out. We took it over and we made BCW what it is today. And so we don't want to go back. We are not crabs.
The BCWJ says permission for 6 days of protest was cut back to 3, and police have denied the request to demonstrate tomorrow. Shane Williams reporting for News 5.
And while former BTL workers keep up the pressure for long-awaited severance pay, they now say their right to protest is also being challenged. The Belize Communications Workers for Justice claims police have scaled back approval for their demonstrations and rejected further requests, raising fresh concerns about the freedom to protest.
You guys remember we had said that we had gotten 6 days approved. On Monday, after we finished protesting, the police department told us that we must come to the Raccoon Street police station. When we arrived there, they shared with us a cancel order, I guess you would call it, where they denied us this freedom that we have to protest, right? They denied it for Tuesday and Wednesday, and that's why you didn't see us out here. And so what they did inform us is that they gave us Thursday, and they said, well, if we wanted Friday, we can apply. Well, we applied again on Tuesday, giving them 48 hours that is required by the law. Yesterday, they informed us that that is also denied. They're denying that from us as well. So we have yesterday we appealed to the Commissioner of Police because we are saying you cannot take away this right from us. You have to tell us why.
BCWJ organizers say their protest over unpaid severance is now also about protecting the right to demonstrate, as they've appealed to the Commissioner of Police after approvals were reduced and further requests denied. Coming up, Benyate Brandon charged for murder of Paul Smith Jr. More when we return.
In the heart of the Kaya district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the Telecom Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easier for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
Our Belize city is growing because of continued investment. From rehabilitated streets to expanding neighborhoods, significant investments are improving how our city functions and how our communities live. In the last 2 years alone, more than 250 streets have been rehabilitated, representing almost $34 million invested directly in physical infrastructure that improves access and quality of life. At the same time, the city continues to expand. Developments such as the Holy Emmanuel area, also known as Gungulung, reflect increased demand for land and housing as Belize City expands in a more sustainable and resilient way. These planned developments support safer communities and long-term sustainability, contributing to rising property values across the city. Under the Town's Property Evaluation Act, property values are required to be reviewed every 5 years. The last valuation adjustment was done in 2013. This adjustment simply brings property values closer to today's market reality, while the tax rate itself remains unchanged. Let's break it down. For a vacant property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 2% rate, which works out to a payment of $500. Under the new assessment, the property value has appreciated by 40%, making the property now worth $35,000. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 2% of $35,000, which works out to $700. For an occupied property valued at $25,000, we charged an annual 10% rate, which works out to $2,500. Under the new assessment, the property's value has appreciated by 18%, making the property now worth $29,500. Therefore, the new amount to be paid will be 10% of $29,500, which works out to $2,950. To support property owners, your Belize City Council is encouraging residents to take advantage of the ongoing property tax prepayment incentives. Property owners receive 15% off in January, 10% off in February, and 5% in March. And senior citizens receive a 35% discount year-round. Remember, this adjustment represents an appreciation in your property's worth, not a change in tax rates, ensuring continued investment in your city while providing valuable data for informing investors, municipal bondholders, and individual credit assessments. And we want residents to know the law provides a clear mechanism for review and appeal if needed. Those who believe their valuation does not fairly reflect their property have the right to engage the Belize City Valuation Appeals Board. Your Belize City Council remains committed to openness, accountability, and ensuring that growth is managed fairly for everyone. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
The genuine debate Belizeans are having about the proposed consolidation in telecommunication and how it will improve, upgrade and expand services must not be confused nor equated with the UDP's desperate attempt to score political points through violent and reckless behavior.
With the opposition people trying to go into the office, the way they did it, the members are scared now, they're not going to come out. It defeats the purpose of why the union is out here. We are not here to break up anything. This is Social Security Board. The meeting isn't even happening in there. What will they do if they go in there? Attack our members? Then these people will go in there and protect our members. So we're asking, hold it down, man. This is not what the NTUCB is out here for.
That's what the union leaders are saying, and how Belizeans generally are feeling. Reject the UDP's violent political agenda, and let the peaceful consultation and education process continue.
Police have made an arrest in the deadly shooting of 21-year-old Paul Smith Jr. This afternoon, officers charged 27-year-old laborer Benyati Brandon with murder and attempted murder following Tuesday's fatal shooting in La Democracia village. Smith was gunned down in broad daylight around 10:30 a.m. in what relatives say was a targeted ambush. Known to police for previous arrests and acquitted in a high-profile murder case back in 2022, Smith had just been out of prison less than 6 months. Now his family is grieving, saying the killing may be tied to deep-seated tensions between relatives. His cousin, Tamara Gillett, spoke with us about how that conflict affected his life before his death.
Make this boy turn out so, you know.
We had dreams.
Make he turn out like this.
We had dreams.
He was a love. He me loving me.
Never
he turn out like this. Make this boy be a target for me. Shut up after he. When he go out there, they mess with he. They fight with he. I can't think miss. They know what need to do. They know what need to do. Miss nigga, we in a pain right now, and I hope they feel how we feel right now. Or if they don't want to feel how we feel, we don't got nothing to say.
Where exactly was he shot, and how many gunshot injuries did he receive?
He was shot in his chest, his stomach, and in his hand.
It happened on the second lane near Layway. The second night I run in the bush, because we find her in the bush.
He said he was dropping off his girlfriend. What was he doing in that area?
His girlfriend work. He walk out, his girlfriend me to go. My man even goes gone through altercation. So he me run behind the girlfriend. That whole he end up out there.
Benyate Brandon was escorted from Hattieville to the Belize City Magistrates Court, where he was arraigned on 2 indictable offenses, murder and attempted murder. He is accused of fatally shooting Paul Smith Jr. and wounding 24-year-old Tyrese Lewis Allen during a mid-morning incident on Tuesday, February 3rd in La Democracia village. Police say surveillance footage from the area led to Brandon's arrest. Appearing before Chief Magistrate Deborah Rogers, Brandon was represented by attorney Orson O.J. Elrington. Due to the seriousness of the charges, bail was denied, and he was remanded to the Belize Central Prison until May 18th, 2026, when he is due back in court. 45-year-old Maurice Usher Jr. has pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the death of Jeffrey Crawford, an elderly man from Crooked Tree Village. Usher was originally charged with murder and had pleaded not guilty when his trial began last week before Justice Derek Sylvester. But on Wednesday, he changed his plea on the advice of his court-appointed attorney Oscar Salgado. The judge has ordered several reports, including a social inquiry, psychiatric evaluation, victim impact statement, and character references before sentencing. Those reports are due by February 19, 2026, with sentencing set for March 3rd. Usher remains in custody. In October 2021, Crawford was last seen being taken from his Crooked Tree home in his red Nissan Pathfinder before disappearing. His body was later found in a shallow grave. Usher was the only person ever charged in the matter. San Pedro is celebrating a new space that puts local culture and creativity front and center. Wednesday marked the official opening of the town's new Artisan Market, a project leaders say is all about community-based tourism and creating real opportunities for Belizeans. Mayor Wally Nunez, Tourism Minister Anthony Mahler, and Area Representative Andre Perez all pointed to the market as part of a broader push to improve infrastructure while making sure residents benefit directly from the island's rapid growth. They say it's about growing tourism the right way, by putting people, culture, and sustainability first.
This morning, we're proud to welcome you to the opening of our Artisan Market, a space that celebrates local talent, culture, and opportunity. This project reflects the power of partnership, and on behalf of the San Pedro Town Council, I extend sincere thanks to the Belize Tourism Board, Minister Andre Perez, and Minister Mahler for their support and commitment to community-based tourism.
A couple of years ago, when we looked at the tourism infrastructure that we have or had at the time, we saw that there were many deficiencies. This is the main port of entry, and then you walk into a building like this. And far too often, we don't want to speak about these things. Now, I will say that most of the projects that we've worked on over the last 2.5, 3 years have been community-based initiatives like this one. We believe about the importance of community and tourism, the people that we have in our communities, how they are integrated into the overall tourism product, and how they can earn a decent living for themselves and their families.
These are the places where, when people travel, we look where can we get something that we can take back as souvenirs. And what is more fitting than having today and inaugurating an artisan market. So that's very, very important. I want to thank everyone for that collaborative effort that we do, working together with the council, the ministry, as the area rep. And folks, it's about how our town is growing rapidly, by leaps and bounds. And yes, we must be realistic that we are playing catch up with infrastructure, but we're coming along. Of course, today with the artisan market, we've done a lot with the paving of almost 7 miles of street with concrete paving. Immediately after coming in, the bridge is about to collapse. We have a completed bridge. Of course, a hospital, which is very, very vital for Ambergiski and serving neighboring Keycacker, that is well coming on its way as well. Very soon, of course, the opening more of roads that will lead up north. But with all of that, of course, we will have to be mindful that we must grow in a way that is very sustainable.
Leaders say San Pedro's new artisan market is a big step toward community-based tourism, creating local opportunities while making sure the island's rapid growth stays sustainable. That focus on community-based tourism comes as Belize's tourism industry continues to show strong signs of growth. New figures from the Belize Tourism Board reveal that both overnight and cruise arrivals are not only rebounding, but in some cases surpassing pre-pandemic levels, highlighting why projects like San Pedro's new artisan market are being positioned as part of a wider strategy to strengthen tourism while spreading its benefits across local communities.
We have been focusing more strategically on our marketing, and that we have been putting a lot of effort into getting granular into where we market and to know where the people are coming from. So we're using a lot of data to drive our strategic marketing plan for the year. In addition to that, I think that we continue to focus on developing the infrastructure within the tourism sector. I know that there is work to be done, but we continue to work on it piece by piece, step by step.
In some areas, we have surpassed pre-pandemic numbers. Do we anticipate that this year we might see it be passed in all the other areas?
Well, in terms of cruise for 2025 versus 2024, I think we're up about 8.1%, which is good growth. For the overnight sector, I think we're up just about 1% over 2024. And I must state that 2024 it was the new benchmark here. So that is the highest number of overnight tourism that our tourists that has ever come into the country. I think in 2024 we were at 547K. This year we're at, I think, 551. And so there is some growth, and we continue to see that trend going into January 2026, where we have surpassed the January numbers for 2025. Marginally, but we have surpassed. I think the final number is 59,173 versus, I think, 59,095.
As Belize's tourism numbers continue to climb past pre-pandemic levels, leaders say projects like San Pedro's new artisan market show how growth can be paired with community opportunity and sustainable development. After the break, bold, colorful, Belizean, the story behind an iconic sign. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
Child marriage, a global problem, but it's also a Belize problem. In 2024, Belize amended the Marriage Act. Legal marriage age, 18, no exceptions. Child marriage is now illegal in Belize, but early unions are still putting children at risk in many communities. What drives this? Poverty, limited access to education and health services, violence and unsafe homes, and harmful social norms that have gone unchallenged for too long. Many cases involve adolescent girls and older men, leading to teen pregnancy, school dropout, and limited opportunities. To protect our children and prevent early unions, everyone has a role to play. Share the facts about the law. Encourage teens to stay in school. Create safe spaces where young people feel supported. Support families facing violence or stress by helping them access services. Strengthen youth programs and parent support. Assist young people in getting access to the information, services, and support they need. Empower both girls and boys to understand their rights and make safe choices. When families, schools, churches, and communities work together, we can end early unions and protect every child's future. Know the law. Share this message. Support our children. End child marriage and early unions in Belize.
Every connection we make is more than just a signal. It's a student unlocking a future through digital education. A young mind daring to dream bigger. Our culture shared with the world in real time. And everyday heroes answering the call of civic duty. When we connect with Digi, we empower Belize.
Introducing BB Insurance, built for Belize. Your security, our priority.
Marriage is an important life event that must be recorded at the Civil Registry Department and Vital Statistics Unit. Only the following persons are authorized to record a marriage: marriage officer, groom or bride, someone authorized by the bride or groom. What documents you'll need to record a marriage within 1 year of that marriage: the bride's and groom's ID, a proof of marriage form, and marriage register issued by the marriage officer. If recording a marriage is on behalf of someone, authorization form is needed and downloadable from the VSU's website. Only the following IDs are accepted: for Belizeans, Social Security card or passport; for foreigners, passport or national ID. The new CRVS, digitally connecting citizens to all vital statistics services. Visit crvs.gov.bz today to record your marriage.
Get ready for fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th. Venice is having store-wide discounts on tools, paints, appliances, plumbing and electrical products, lights and fans, household items, and much, much more. Visit a Venice store near you to enjoy fantastic discounts from now through to September 30th. Only at Venice. Quality and savings.
Finally, a postpaid plan for 3 people. Introducing Smart Trio. Why pay for mobile service alone when you can share and save? Get unlimited national calls, texts, plus 100 gigabytes of shared data. And the best part? It's only $135. That's right, as low as $45 per person. Perfect for small families, couples, or close friends. Smart Trio. 3 lines, 1 smart choice. Sign up now and you could win a Trio getaway to San Pedro for 3. Visit us at www.smart-bz.com for more information or sign up at any showroom today. Smart, bringing people together.
If you've ever driven into Belize City, chances are you've snapped a photo of it, or at least slowed down for a second look. The Belize sign has become more than just a colorful landmark. For Belizeans at home and abroad, it's a warm welcome, a creative canvas, and a point of pride. From its bold colors to its changing artistic designs, the sign tells a story of culture, identity, and community. Tonight on Belize on Real, we take you beyond the photos and filters to explore how this iconic monument came to be and the people whose vision helped shape its meaning. Here's News 5's Paul Lopez.
The Belize sign is a landmark in the old capital. Residents and tourists alike are drawn to its vibrant colors and its personality. And today, we get to explore what makes the Belize sign what it is. Photos taken at this sign have quite literally gone around the world. For cruise visitors stepping onto the mainland through the Fort George tourism zone, it's often their very first stop and their first snapshot, capturing a moment that says, "I've arrived in Belize."
It's beautiful, colorful, and authentic. Love it.
I think it's colorful and it's got all of different sort of parts of Belize on it. It's got the underwater and the lighthouse and the flowers. It's very pretty.
Similar to what we've seen in other tourists. It's beautiful.
The idea for the Belize sign was first imagined by attorney Steve Pereira. The project was brought to life through the support of businessman Haysam Diab, who sponsored the construction and installation and dedicated the monument in loving memory of his mother, Lina Quinto. The sign was officially unveiled in April of 2016. Then 5 years later in 2021, it received a fresh artistic makeover, an eye-catching redesign by visual artist Chelsea Johnston, carried out in collaboration with the Belize City Council.
I did the design. They said whatever design it is, we probably like it. So this was the original design. They liked it and I started the painting. However, they wanted it so fast that I couldn't do something as detailed as I wanted it to be. So, and we had a lot of rains in that time. It was also during that COVID transition into normal life. So the norm wasn't the norm then. So we tried to get things done as quickly as we could, and we had the Belize sign revamped.
Despite the hurdles and uncertainty that came with that moment 5 years ago, Johnson pushed through and completed the painting. And once the final brush was laid down, the response was immediate. The phone started ringing. Municipal leaders from across the country wanted something similar for their communities. Johnson turned down every request.
I had companies and different places ask me to do it in their different districts, and I turned them down and asked them if they could find a local artist within the village or the district to get it done, just so that every artist gets a little piece of the pudding, you know?
For Johnston, the Belize sign is more than a paid project. It's a public declaration of love for country and community. And Belize City Mayor Bernard Wagner agrees, calling the sign not just a landmark, but a reflection of the rich diversity that defines Belize.
Those enhancements came on the heels of the COVID pandemic. I think that in 2021 we wanted to refresh, because we come out of the COVID and we wanted this refreshing attitude, and so we unveiled the repainting. Mr. Pereira was very instrumental again, along with the help of the artist, I believe, Chelsea Johnson, right? And she brought a whole new look, right? Really capturing some of the characteristics of the country. I believe not only Belize City, but the country on a whole, and that is why we feel so good about those projects.
The sign has weathered multiple natural disasters in its decade of existence, securing its place as a landmark for years to come. And Johnston isn't done yet. She's hoping to elevate the sign once more, this time alongside other artists, with Mayor Wagner signaling his support.
We could have something really detailed, like I would want somebody to eat one nice juicy mango, you know, one nice cold belly cane, you know, something very detailed that captures Belizeans and what the tourists would like also. So hopefully this year we could get that done. I would love to get it done. I've had requests to get it revamped, people passes by, they see that paints are now peeling off and stuff, and I would love to get it done.
We are all about working along with our artists, and they have all this vision, and they have all this. They are driven by what they paint and what they see. We might not see, but the artists always see something different, where we as the ordinary people might not see. And so it's always good to sit with them.
A decade after its installation, the Belize sign continues to stand strong as a beloved landmark, reflecting the resilience and diversity of the Belizean people. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
Belize City is expanding, and the growth is coming fast. But as new neighborhoods push further outward, the pressure is mounting on the city's roads, drains, and overall planning. Mayor Bernard Wagner says much of that expansion is happening without proper oversight, leaving residents grappling with poor infrastructure and repeated flooding. And when those problems arise, it's the Belize City Council that residents turn to for solutions. The mayor says only Belama phases 1 and 2 were properly planned, while other developments have grown in ways he calls unsustainable. Tonight, he breaks down why smart, long-term planning is now urgent and how the lack of it is fueling tension between City Hall and other entities.
The city continues to grow. The city continues to expand. We continue to battle, of course, like I always tell you, we battle with this sort of unplanned urbanization that is occurring all across on the outer fringes of the city. And I always get into to fight with other entities about the fact that we are not planning out the urban areas, the urban neighborhoods in a sustainable way. And what occurs is that people are granted lands, and then they require that the city now has to put in roads, and that is the last planned housing project, in my view, in the city was the Belama phase 1 and 2. Thereafter, those other phases 3, 4, and 5 has really grown out organically and just spreading, and then it brings additional strain to the city resources because people begin to cry about streets, mistreat the flood, and I got no streets. But it has to be a comprehensive plan, and the Belize City will continue to battle in the future with this unsustainable urbanization that is occurring.
As Belize City grapples with the pressures of rapid physical expansion and strained infrastructure, there's another side of growth taking place, one that's reshaping the city's economy. While roads, drains, and planning remain major challenges, Mayor Bernard Wagner says more residents are turning to entrepreneurship, driving a sharp rise in trade licenses across the city. That economic shift, he says, was sparked by necessity during the COVID-19 pandemic and has since taken on a life of its own.
That trade license continues to grow in the city. We are very close to like 3,000 3,000 trade license issued. When we took it over, it was like 2,554, if I can recall, and now it's near to 2,976 active trade licenses, and over close to now 17,000 properties in the city. It says a lot, and Paul, that growth may have been triggered by necessity, you might say it, because when the COVID came, many people lost their jobs, right? And they began to do other entrepreneurship, and they never went back to their jobs. And so that is what has spurred this great entrepreneurship spirit, right? Where if I will certainly send you the data which shows out of those close to 3,000 trade licenses, the percentage which are considered small, medium, and large, a huge figure, a huge amount is the mom and pop, a huge amount is the small business that has really been triggered by the events of the 2020 COVID pandemic, and that has not stopped. People now have this entrepreneurial spirit that they want to work for themselves, they want to be their own boss.
Mayor Bernard Wagner says as Belize City continues to grow both in size and in business activity, the challenge now is finding the balance between encouraging opportunity and ensuring the city can sustainably support it. But as Belize City continues to expand economically, its leaders say growth is also about protecting public spaces. While Mayor Bernard Wagner points to a surge in entrepreneurship and trade licenses reshaping the city's economy, the council is also taking steps to secure the green spaces that serve those same growing communities. That focus now turns to a move to formally acquire 13 land titles for parks across Belize City.
We are in charge of the different various parks, the Memorial Park, the Rock Park, which was formerly the Sancas Park, and many other parks, the Wilton Cumberbatch, right, the Manatee Park in the Caribbean shores, Fiesta Park, but we have never had the title to these spaces. And I said to myself, along with my team, that I have to leave here better than I found it, and maybe that was a banker in me, right? That we can't be making that, we own Memorial Park, but we don't have the title. And so with the help of the Ministry of Natural Resources and the various area representatives, my staff members, we set out a plan to really get these titles in the hands of the city, so that we could create a register of all the titles, of all the spaces, the public spaces, and have it put in safekeeping for the city, right? It's not good when you have in an institution, you have your documentation. You will know at your house, you try to keep your title away, not in your house. But so we want to ensure that we get these. We are pretty on our way with it. We have been able to get like 13 titles. The process started, and so when we get those, we'll have our administrative staff do those registration of them and put them in safekeeping for the city for future, so that you really have that document in place. Because many times in some of these parks, people make claim to spaces, so it's always in the best interest of the council that we have these public spaces legally in our hands.
City leaders say as more Belizeans strike out on their own in business, they're also working to make sure growing communities have safe, protected spaces to gather and enjoy by securing land titles for parks across the city. When we return, final PCC report under government review.
Information recently? Well, kick off the new year as a winner. RF&G Insurance is giving you a free chance to win every month. Entering is easy. Just chat with us on WhatsApp and update your information. That's it. You'll be automatically entered into our monthly raffle for a chance to win awesome prizes. Don't wait. Message us on WhatsApp and update your info today. RF&G Insurance. It pays to get it right.
At Cellular World, we believe technology shouldn't just be functional. It should make your home uniquely yours. Design your smart home with the full range of Samsung appliances and TVs. Equip your kitchen with smart and stylish fridges, advanced microwaves, and whisper quiet dishwashers, bringing smart living to the heart of your home. Make daily tasks simple with efficient smart washers, powerful dryers, or an all-in-one laundry hub that adapts to your lifestyle. Experience true true-to-life colors and spot-on sound with the Samsung Q LED Smart TV. Connect all your spaces instantly with the Smart Thing app for seamless control wherever you go. Get all your Samsung products today with the peace of mind that only the 1-year warranty from the authorized distributor can give you. So stop by your favorite location and start designing your smart home today. Only at Cellular World.
The genuine debate Belizeans are having about the proposed consolidation in telecommunication and how it will improve, upgrade and expand services must not be confused nor equated with the UDP's desperate attempt to score political points through violent and reckless behavior.
With the opposition people trying to go into the office the way they did it, the members are scared now, they're not going to come out. It defeats the purpose of why the union is out here. We're not here to break up anything. This is Social Security Board. The meeting isn't even happening in there. What will they do if they go in there? Attack our members? Then these people will go in there and protect our members. So we're asking, hold it down, man. This is not what the NTUCB is out here for.
That's what the union leaders are saying, and how Belizeans generally are feeling. Reject the UDP's violent political agenda, and let the peaceful consultation and education process continue.
In the heart of the Kayo district, Calico Jacks is proving that sustainability and success can go hand in hand.
When Calico Jacks wanted to move to solar energy, the biggest difficulty for us was the finance. Belize Bank believed in our vision, and we are very happy and grateful that they gave us this opportunity for the financing.
Through the Credit Risk Abatement Facility, a partnership between Belize Bank and the Telecom Development Fund, small and medium businesses can access financing for renewable and energy-efficient solutions with reduced collateral requirements.
Here at SCSB, we're grateful for Belize Bank to make it easy for our clients to go green. We're proud to work with businesses like Calico Jacks to help them lower their costs and their carbon footprint.
At Belize Bank, we are powering Belize's transition to renewable energy, one business at a time. Together with our partners, we're making sustainable financing accessible for all.
Belize Bank, financing a greener, stronger Belize.
That's me. My data does, and I really need to get my ad out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
Belize's push for constitutional reform is moving into a critical new phase. The government is now preparing to review the final report of the People's Constitution Commission, a document packed with 167 recommendations that could help reshape the nation's highest law. While the report has not yet been formally handed to Prime Minister John Briceño, discussions are already underway. This week, Minister of Constitution and Religious Affairs, Dr. Louis Sabané, met with former PCC chairs for an in-depth briefing on the Commission's work. The report comes after months of internal debate and lingering concerns over inclusivity and transparency raised by some former members. Today, we hear directly from former PCC Chair Anthony Chinona as he shares what's inside the final report and what comes next.
Despite the fiery debate and the dissenting views, this
commission never splintered. It ended intact. What was recorded with the Prime Minister's meeting was some opinions that they are completely entitled to express being presented to the Prime Minister, but just for the fact. The commission for 30 months held together 23 organizations, 46 persons, fiery debate and otherwise, but never splintered. And I feel proud of that fact.
Okay, and I know that there was a meeting, a presentation to Dr. Louis Zabané. Can you give me some insight into how that meeting went?
Well, I don't want to get ahead of the government, but as you know, Dr. Zabané assumed the former portfolio for constitutional affairs from Honorable Henry Charles Usher. And so Minister Zabané invited myself as the former chairman of the PCC, along with other former commissioners who had acted as chairpersons of the 6 technical thematic committees, to meet with him and his ministerial team so as to orient them on the structure, methodology, and the work that we did to produce the contents of the report. And so I feel that was fitting, since he now assumes that portfolio and wants to be made knowledgeable as he plans his work going forward. My fervent hope is that the government of Belize would make the final report a public document once it goes through the legislative protocol of being laid on the National Assembly, to the National Assembly. I feel that it is my sincere hope that we would be given an opportunity, once that process is completed, to go back to the people and engage them in a second round of national consultations.
Chanona says despite heated debate and dissenting views, the People's Constitution Commission remained united throughout the process. And he hopes the final report will be made public and followed by another round of national consultations once it reaches the National Assembly. Political tensions flared this week following a protest outside the Social Security Board. And now sharp words are being exchanged. The United Democratic Party is firing back after the National Trade Union Congress accused party supporters of aggressive behavior during Wednesday's demonstration. Claims the UDP firmly rejects. Chairlady Sheena Pitts says there was no coordination with the unions and insists the party acted independently, while stressing that the real focus should remain on the proposed BTL purchase of SpeedNet, a deal she calls a national issue. Here's Pitts responding to the criticism from union leaders.
This idea that the UDP as an independent entity is meeting of the minds with the union, I don't know that has happened. And so if the union choose to operate a particular kind of way, it is their prerogative to do that. But certainly when it comes to the United Democratic Party, we are ensuring that we do exactly as we were mandated to do, and that's what we did. So I really can't speak to that. I know nothing of that. And if the unions decide that they want to protest and stay far across the street somewhere else, they're free to do that. I mean, it's great when we're all together, shoulder to shoulder, fighting together the same issue, because it's a common cause. This is for all Belizeans. For me to entertain the splitting of the hairs that way, I don't know that is where I am, because this BTL smart issue is a national issue. And what is concerning is not about what I am saying or what the president of the BNTU is saying. What is concerning is that at this point where we are, we still have a prime minister who, in his criminal organization, in his gang by the police department, gone and form another small gang in the form of the Northern Caucus, that the Northern Caucus gang, and they politicize this deal. Where I know here that anybody they focus on the fact that the public has sounded the alarm against this deal, and then they move like juggernauts through a wall, that is what should be remain in focus.
Pitt says the UDP acted on its own during Wednesday's protest and maintains that. Despite the criticism, the real issue for Belizeans should remain the proposed BTL speednet deal, which she calls a national concern. And as debate continues over BTL's proposed purchase of speednet, questions are also being raised about how the company plans to compete in a rapidly changing digital landscape. With critics pointing to emerging technologies like Starlink as a potential game changer, Belize Telemedia Limited says satellite internet is not a threat, but a complement to its existing network. Here's what the company has to say.
Jobs and capacity. We are a growth strategy, and that Belize's technical expertise, careers, and strengthens long-term national capacity in line with our digital agenda. We know Belize needs to upskill its resources, its people, for the new age of technology development. And this enables BTL to expand that training and upskilling to the next generation.
Is BTL concerned about possible threats from future technologies like Starlink?
So Starlink has been raised a lot in the media over the last few weeks. Starlink is a complementary service. Starlink has its challenges. We have a terrestrial network which has greater speeds, greater access. Fiber to the home network is very, very strong. Starlink has very defined channels of what size bandwidth you can up and down. That doesn't necessarily compete directly with terrestrial. So we're not seeing Starlink as competition, we're seeing it as complementary because it has its use cases, but for speed and for the amount of data people are consuming today, the terrestrial network is much quicker and much faster.
BTL insists that even as new technologies like Starlink enter the market, its focus remains on strengthening Belize's terrestrial network, building local skills, and growing long-term national capacity. Up next, Belizean named top Commonwealth Youth finalist.
For decades, BEL has powered Belize's growth and progress, lighting homes, energizing industries, and fueling national development. But in a world reshaped by extreme weather patterns, digital transformation, and evolving customer needs, the future of energy demands a new approach. The future of energy is now, and it's not just about new technology, it's about people and how we use, manage, and store power smarter. BEL is leading the transformation, blending modern advancements with the wisdom of sustainable energy practices. Integrating technologies will redefine how Belize produces and uses energy. With distributed generation and smart grid technologies, customers are becoming power partners. Energy is no longer a one-way street. BEL is making key investments that will reinforce the grid to make this a reality, ensuring energy security for generations. At BEL, we are more than an energy provider. We work to safeguard Belize's energy future, which will have demand response programs, where customers will be able to shift use during peak hours to take advantage of the new time of use or off-peak rate structures. Customer energy portals, real-time insights and tools to track usage and manage energy smarter. Smart metering, advanced metering infrastructure, faster, safer service and actionable energy insights. Distributed generation, integrating rooftop solar, microgrids and battery storage for two-way power flows into the national grid. Together, we are bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
Man, that's me. My data doesn't I really need to get my order out today.
Really? Well, you can join our smart group plan.
Really? How that works?
Easy, let me tell you.
Whether it's family, friends, or your small business, we've got the perfect plan for every group. More members equals more savings, more connections. Smart group plans bring the connectivity you love to you and your circle. No one gets left behind. Explore Share One package option and add on unlimited data, calls, and SMS for the entire group for less than $50 per member. Visit any smart showroom countrywide or email sales@speednet-wireless.com to sign up today. Smart, bringing people together.
La formación del Centro Neurológico del Hospital Galenia es que esas enfermedades que son altamente complejas y que muchos de nuestros pacientes tenían que emigrar hacia otra parte de la República u otra parte de México ahora puedan ser atendidos aquí.
La atención quirúrgica en el centro neurológico se forma dentro de un grupo multidisciplinario que incluye tanto neurólogos, médicos internistas, ortopedistas, neurocirujanos, pediatras. Y este esfuerzo que se ha realizado para conjuntar todos los especialistas es para siempre brindar al paciente un abordaje multidisciplinario y transversal. Evidentemente, mientras más rápido podamos llegar al diagnóstico de los pacientes, más rápido podemos tratarlos, resolverlos y por ende mejor resultado vamos a tener al final. Entonces creo que la prioridad y el fundamento principal de un proyecto como este es justamente eso, que no se pierda tiempo de forma innecesaria para poder al final del día llegar al mejor de los resultados con un tratamiento completo, integral y oportuno. Y las visiones desde diferentes perspectivas nos permiten tener pues el mejor tratamiento y la mejor opción para el paciente.
Tenemos la capacidad técnica, operativa, profesional y la infraestructura de poder establecer una atención neurológica de alta calidad.
Cada conexión es más que solo una señal, es un estudiante abriendo las puertas a su futuro a través de la educación digital. Una mente joven atreviéndose a soñar en grande. Nuestra cultura compartida con el mundo en tiempo real. Y héroes cotidianos respondiendo al llamado del deber cívico. Cuando nos conectamos con Digi, empoderamos a Belize.
A young Belizean is being recognized on the world stage tonight. Ishmael Nicholson has been named one of the top 20 finalists for the Commonwealth Youth Peace Awards, standing among nominees from 56 countries. Representing the Caribbean, Nicholson is being honored for his work in youth leadership, social development, and his commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals. We spoke with him today about the recognition and what it means for Belize.
I have been doing a lot of youth work within Belize and on the international field, and I was introduced. I was asked to apply to send in all my work that I've been able to do throughout the years, and so I submitted my work from since 2021 from the Children's Parliament to COP28 to SIDS. To Rise Belize currently, which is one of the highlights of my application. I was excited, but I also felt a sense of happiness and a sense of accomplishment. But not only for me, but I also looked at it as a way to acknowledge the work that I have done with my partners. I call them partners, and that's everybody from working with UNICEF Belize to the different UN agency to NCFC and the different ministries to also the global partners because my application was submitted under partnership SDG 17 because I've been able to transcend and work cross-sectorial with all these different sectors to be able to accomplish youth work within Belize and internationally. My advice is to never see it as work really, but as a sense of something, as a sense of duty for Belize. And it doesn't matter if it's a large impact or a small impact. The point is that you're doing your part in society to be able to build Belize.
Nicholson says the recognition isn't just about him, but about the partnerships and young people working every day to make a difference for Belize and beyond. Music, culture, and community come together this weekend in Belize City as a familiar tradition returns. Philanthropist Joel Dara Robinson is once again using the spirit of Bob Marley's music to give back, hosting the 22nd annual Marley Tribute concert in support of Dara's feeding program. The event not only honors the reggae icon's legacy, but helps provide daily hot meals for vulnerable school children. And this year, one lucky attendee could even ride away on a brand new scooter. The celebration takes place Sunday at the Belize Airport Authority grounds, where giving back remains center stage.
This year just want to be one lead difference because we call it a festival. Because we're starting the event 11 o'clock the morning and we're going till 1, you know. It's a food festival and you could come out early, get food, get your Rasta stuff, and then later on, 4 o'clock, the concert start. You know, all of this happen at the Belize Airport Authority. And that's not the one on the road. It's right behind Marian Jones, right in front of Tropic here, you know. Because most people think that on the road we're doing it. Just different venues, same vibes, same reggae vibes, same consciousness. Yeah, with the charge a small fee of $15, it advance the ticket and $20 at the door. All we ask people to come out with good behavior and respect the event and what the event about and who we pay tribute to. Besides that, you know, we have some of Belize's best selectors on the lineup. I've gone for all young in between, you know, we got this youth, J. Cass, very good youth, the one they out there with the banner and thing. Yeah, be all their reggae vibes, nothing but good reggae music, and with the pay tribute to one of the greatest reggae artists ever lived, Bob Marley. I have one big thing to go on where the raffle brand new cycle scooter. I kind of pimp it, Rasta color for make it blend in with where they do. For that scooter, for that bike there, with the charge a small fee of $10 to purchase a ticket, we're going in at the thing where we can turn for raffle. That will be raffled the very same day. Somebody can carry that home for an event. Along with the scooter, it comes with 1 year insurance, 1 year license, one helmet, and one full tank of gas. Somebody lucky one carry that. You don't have to be at the event to purchase ticket, but I wish the person win it is there for receive it.
Before we leave you, here's tonight's viewer's voice. On our first story, UDP chair to NTUCB, no time for splitting hairs. Tin Man Nilo commented, "On point, Ms. Pitts. It's a national issue, so all 10 entities come together for the cause, which will benefit all Belizeans." On the topic, BTL calls Starlink a complimentary service, Cesar Trapp shared. With all due respect, there is no way BTL would be able to compete with Starlink. And finally, on rapid expansion leaves Belize City under pressure, Roberto R. Garcia shared. With Belize City under sea level, canals need to be done alongside every housing areas. The water from heavy rains needs somewhere to flow. Thank you for engaging with us online. Your voices shape the national conversation. Keep those comments coming and we'll continue to feature them right here. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at greaterbelize.com, on our Facebook and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.